Hey Warpugs, today we're going to be talking about the D class that killed an SCP. Now, this is done by SCP Illustrated and was requested by Necron on the Discord. I actually reached out to SCP Illustrated and asked him where he gets his inspiration from for some of this artwork that he does, because you guys know I'm a fan of that stuff. I'm a big fan of that stuff. And I asked him where he gets his inspiration from, and I'll tell you what he told me. He says he doesn't actually think he has an inspiration. It's just kind of developed his own art style that when he transitioned to digital art. He did look at a lot of video game digital art books, and he says they were interesting and useful. But other than that, when he starts a sketch, he thinks of what does he want to see, what angle does it need to be at, what needs to be in there and what doesn't, and what techniques he can use to save time. And from there, he starts by making character models to help him draw the outlines, and then the block color, and then the detail work. My own personal experience with artwork of any sort is I am finger paint level at best, and I know this. But it's always like interesting to see what he comes up with from a concept standpoint. In any case, guys, I'll be checking. If you are interested in SCP Illustrated storytelling and his artwork as well, I'm going to be continuing to check out the series When Day Breaks. But for tonight, I was understanding like if you don't know, you don't know. If you do know, you do know. But I was not in the best place mentally last night, so I did not record anything last night. So here I am tonight. Here we go. The D class that killed an SCP.
Good day everyone and welcome back. Today, a custom tale written by me and Dr. Sumerian relating to SCP-1983 about the D class that killed an SCP. A massive thanks to all the patrons and members who keep this channel going. A quick word from today's sponsor and we'll get started.
Oh, he has a sponsor.
Escape from Site-19 is back with the all-new additional security protocols pack to really turn up the pressure on your game. The security protocol cards will add a whole new difficulty level. Pick just one of 12 protocol cards, and once you and your team hit a determined number of lockdowns, the protocol activates and the new tougher rules come into play. The more players you have, the tougher it gets. The pack comes with 12 security protocol cards, 3 security protocol board markers, a new 001 card, 2 new character cards, and a new administrator, safe, Euclid, Keter, and Thamiel card as well. If you think you and your friends have got the skill it takes to escape Site-19 again but on extreme difficulty, follow my link below.
I wouldn't escape Site-19. I'd be dead in Site-19, and I know this.
And get the security protocol pack now.
Okay, so this was valid until 2022. I was kind of getting excited there because I'd be able to get you guys, you know, in under his promo code, things like that, if you guys wanted to try this out. But unfortunately, it has expired.
Ow.
I can't go any further. I've got a few shots left in my gun, but I can't pray anymore. Not and mean it. Not after I saw the nest. But you, if you found this, you've got to be an agent too. Maybe you're stronger than I was. If you can, go in and destroy the nest. Destroy every last heart. If you do, maybe it'll kill them. It's the only thing I can think of. You'll probably die doing it, but you're dead anyway. So what's it matter to you how it happens?
Shane Taylor, otherwise known as D14134, looked away from the note and over his shoulder. The open doorway was pitch black except for the glossy ground. No way back. He crouched down, replacing the dead man's note and taking their pistol. He wiped his hands on his orange jumpsuit and kept to the shadows. He muttered a prayer under his breath. Another day, another experiment for the Foundation. At least he was selected specifically for this mission above his fellow inmates. He entered a room filled with the same black material the note had spoken of. He backed out. A dark, blurred shape filled his peripheral vision, followed by the sound of heavy boots. Shane just ducked back into the room as a burst of gunfire ripped through the wall beside him. The shooters began to pray aloud.
What?
Our Father who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name.
Wait! I'm one of you guys!
The gunfire slowly died off, and he could still hear bootfalls getting gradually closer.
Does the Black Moon howl?
Called a voice Shane didn't recognize.
The fuck does that mean? My name is Shane Taylor.
What is that? What does that actually mean? I have heard that too many times.
I was sent by one of your commanders. Oh, 5 something.
Come out. Slowly.
Shane peered out to see 2 armed men, rifles trained on him.
A D-class. He's armed. Want me to put him down?
Negative. Hold your fire. You, D-class, approach. Let me see your receipt. Try anything and you're dead. Don't test me. Bradley, watch our 6.
Yes, sir.
Shane pulled the note from his pocket he was handed prior to coming into this place. The commander read it and gave him a nod.
What makes you so special?
Apparently my unwavering belief can be of some help.
What?
Don't see how. We're all on borrowed time in here, mate.
Contact rear!
The 2 men whipped around and fired at a black humanoid making its way towards them, claws dragging on the walls beside it. Shane's senses were overloaded by a combination of gunfire and religious rhetoric. The humanoid dropped, dissolving into a fine powder, but another quickly formed behind it. The commander shouted at the other soldier before turning on Shane.
Move your ass now!
Shane began running through the rooms, quickly followed by the soldiers. More black humanoids began appearing.
Go left, go left!
Shane skidded around the next corner and found himself sprinting down a pitch-black corridor. The commander called out once more and the group came to a stop. They all turned to see the dark humanoid standing at the edge of the darkness.
What?
They don't do so well in the dark, you see. Fucks them up a bit.
What are they?
5 minutes of awkward navigation in the dark and the group was standing in a mall. They circled around the open food court before settling down in a dark bookshop. They passed around some water and an energy bar before Shane found his voice.
I read a note on my way in here. It spoke of a nest.
The soldiers exchanged a look.
It said destroying this nest might also kill this thing.
Aye, we've seen the nest.
Why hasn't it been destroyed yet?
It's not as easy as just dropping a few rounds in it and calling it a day, D-class. Dozens of those things in there. It's completely lit up, and seeing that pile of hearts and seeing those things crawl out of them, it shakes your faith a bit when you see shit like that.
What are they Oh god, what is this SCP they're after?
Not for me.
Oh, you think?
He nodded.
It's suicide. But look at where we are. If the O5 saw fit to send a D-class in here, then you must be something special.
Shane stared back at him.
Well, we're dead men anyway, so might as well do something useful. Right then, we'll need to find it first. The only time we were able to find it is when one of those fuckers took a heart back there.
Shane felt the notion weigh on his mind. He had already accepted he was never leaving here, but now the end was imminent.
Huh.
I think it's gotta be me.
The soldier said to his commander.
I have my doubts. My faith will be first to waver.
Good man, Bradley. Let's gear up.
Bradley began handing over his weapons and kit to Shane. A cheerful grin appeared as he began stacking up magazines and putting grenades into pouches. All that time at the range was finally going to pay off. Also, he felt pretty cool.
Lovely.
The commander reached up to the top shelf of another bookcase and pulled down an angry-looking machine gun. Shane gave his own rifle a pitiful look. Back in the house now, the team stuck to the shadows, creeping quietly from room to room. They froze as a single opaque humanoid walked past the doorway.
What is
You're
this
up, Bradley.
SCP?
Shane did not approve of the leader's callous attitude. Par for the course of being an MTF commander, he guessed.
Very true.
The young man gave them all a salute before entering the corridor and shouting at the humanoid. It quickly turned and sunk its hand into the young man's ribcage before pulling out his still beating heart. Bradley dropped to the floor.
That
I'll
was...
take point. Watch our 6. Stay glued to my arse. And stay in the shadows.
What?
The two peered over a ledge and looked down at the room. A large pile of ripped hearts pulsated in the center of a ring of lights. Lamps, candles, torches, anything bright. Several dozen humanoids stood around the pile, some dragging more light sources, others just standing around swaying slightly.
The note I read, it said that when a new heart is added, another one of those things comes out of it. Maybe if we destroy every single heart, then every single one of these things will die too.
A good a guess as any, D-class. Right, listen up. Soon as we're down there, throw every incendiary you got onto that pile. Once that's done, we stand our ground and put down as many of these things as we can. We need to give the fire time to burn. The sulfur will probably catch at some point, so try and keep your mask on for as long as you can.
Burn to death, choke to death, or have your heart ripped out. Fantastic choices.
Typically, you know, yeah, those are excellent choices. One, completely excellent. Yeah, no. The only thing you're being missed is Crushed and Conrad Curse.
Can't believe I'm about to fight side by side with a D-class. Alright, fuck it. Let's do it.
With that, Shane followed after the man down the stairs into the room.
Alright, so I have so many questions. What SCP is this? Is it an actual SCP, or is it invented for the story? I'd like to learn more about it, because that was quick. I'd like to know why Faith is such a big deal. I really like to know why Faith is such a big deal. When it comes to this, and Faith in what is the really big one. Moving on.
The creatures all turned in unison to see several flaming grenades flying above them. They landed on top of the pile and exploded in a tremendous fireball. Several of the humanoids instantly caught fire and disintegrated. The others began moving towards the two. The commander took the lead and unleashed a hailstorm of bullets on the humanoids while shouting Bible verses. Shane peeled right around the fireball and began cutting through the humanoids. He threw 2 more grenades into the fireball as he came around the other side, linking back up with the commander. Ammo depleted, the commander dropped his machine gun and slung around his rifle before setting off on another rotation. A yell from behind Shane yielded the sight of one of the flaming humanoids grabbing hold of the commander. He watched in horror as he saw the man burst into flames. Shane raised his rifle, said a few choice words, and dropped the creature. The commander lumbered his way towards Shane, screaming in agony.
God has not given us a spirit of fear and timidity.
Sensing the danger, Shane delivered a hard kick to the commander, sending him falling into the flaming pile of flesh.
But of power, and love, and self-discipline.
Several smaller explosions rocked the area as the munitions in the commander's kit began to overheat. Shane ducked to his right and continued firing. More and more creatures came spilling into the room from all directions, most ablaze.
To strengthen those whose hearts are fully committed to him.
His eyes now stinging from sweat, Shane pulled off his mask. He went for his sidearm, dropping his empty rifle, and screamed as he felt the searing metal scald his skin. He felt pain radiating from all over him as blisters and burns began to appear. His vision was reduced to a slither as his tears began to evaporate in the extreme heat.
Be strong and courageous.
Unshaken, he clung to his faith and continued the onslaught as the room quickly filled with fire. Shane let his pistol fall from his charred hand as the last of the creatures were swallowed up by the flames. He fell backwards onto the floor, spluttering up a frothy white fluid as he took in gulps of burning sulphur. A cracked smile spread across Shane's face as he watched the pile of hearts crumble into ash.
Perhaps this is the moment for which you have been created.
SCP-1983? I didn't know any of this.
And
oh my god, that's
this
outstanding.
tale. I hope you enjoyed.
Okay, look. Okay, 1 second, real quick, guys. We're just gonna take a look at something. I was feeling kind of down before I started this, but this has got me really, like, this is why I enjoy this stuff so much. Okay, first off, SCP Illustrated released this 4 months ago, and just, you can see his development as an artist in everything in this. Like, I think this might be the most recent one I've seen from him, in terms of time of release. Look at the oh god, look at the way he's developed as an artist. It's amazing. Just every
Ribcage.
So this is no longer just artwork. This is actual. I can't even. This is wonderful. This was absolutely wonderful. The story. I definitely want to learn about SCP-1983 now. I definitely want to learn about that. But Oh, okay. I love when I find out stuff. This is something I was sitting there thinking, okay, this was an accident, this was something like that. This is something different. This is a D class actually not being a douchebag, and well, D class aren't typically shown to be douchebags, but at the same time, they're typically shown to be cannon fodder. And he actually neutralized an SCP. I would love to learn more about 1983. I really, really would. Just from a standpoint of I want to know where this comes from. And this is another thing. Stuff like this makes me want to learn more. And then I learn stuff there, and then I want to learn more on the way there. This was outstanding. This shot right here is another one of those that I would like to have in campus. Not nearly as much as the Bobby in when the Daybreak series, but definitely this is ridiculous. It's it makes me so jealous because I don't have the ability to do this, and even if I did, my hand would stop me nowadays. I have the artistic ability of a watermelon, so we all know this, guys. But it doesn't stop me from looking at this and turning orcish green with envy. Guys, SCP Illustrated links are going to be down in the description below. I recommend you go by and check him out. His Redbubble is going to be down there, where he does sell prints of his art. So if you like this artwork like as much as I do, get yourself a print of it. Why not? Aside from that, I have my own merchandise down below, which is done by Valkyrie, and yeah, I have prints and stuff like that as well of her art. Guys, go check out SCP Illustrated if you haven't already. It's an amazing. It's amazing to see this much, because I've seen some of the earlier videos and now I'm seeing stuff like this, and it blows my mind. I remember my first few lore videos, and I look at them now, and all I hear are the errors, the flaws, the mess-ups, the way my tone was off, all of that. And I'm doing things now, like I was talking about a little bit earlier, I'm doing things now that I'm actually quite proud of. But back then I was, like, just seeing someone's development in their craft is amazing. Guys, this was an absolutely, like, I've been looking at this one for a while to do, but I just haven't done it. I'm glad I've done it. I'm glad I've sat down and checked this out, because this is amazing. God, I love this. If you want to learn about SCP, checking out SCP Illustrated's video is a great way to do it. Like I said, for me, it's the big three: the Vulcan, the Exploring Series, SCP Illustrated. And yeah, I think I'm completely done now. Guys, I'm going to shut up and I'm going to move on. I'm going to get up and I'm going to go out there and help my wife, because she wants me to help. The hospital wants me to help her out to make some dinner. I'm going to help her out. Guys, I didn't know that I needed to see this. I didn't know that I needed to see this. I was in kind of a bad space mentally a little while ago, and I just decided to watch this, and for some reason this is just like, it brought back that want to just see what other people can do and know what I can do as creator. And sometimes you need that inspiration to do anything, guys. I'm gonna shut up. I'm rambling. You guys know me. I'm an idiot. I ramble. But yeah, I'm gonna keep quiet. Guys, thank you for joining me. Know one thing: you're my community, and I absolutely you're all fantastic to me. And I will catch you guys next time. Just amazing.